So Chari, I'm really excited for today's topic. So basically we are going to talk about us, right?
Us, is it?
Yes, us. We are going to talk about Sri Lanka,
Sri Lanka.
right? So how Sri Lanka is, growing in the BPM sector,
Right.
in the global market. So I think, that's our theme for the day.
That's great because that's something a lot of people are talking about at the moment also. And that's something that we should talk because we are in the same industry.
Yes, exactly. So let's get going, right? So let's start off with a little bit of history, how it all got started, and So do you
Sure.
wanna maybe share a few things?
So if we talk about Sri Lanka, we have a 2,500 years history to boast with. And along with that, we were colonized by Portuguese, Dutch, and then English. With that, we got the language as well. And then we in 1970s, right, we were open to the world as the open economy. And starting from that, we were coming in a long way, right? Yes, there were so many challenges like wars and all the other, political challenges and geographical challenges. But since our location, a geographical location, is also in almost the center of the world,
Yes.
right? A center of the trading hubs, right? It was used as a trading hub in the ancient times as well. We have an added advantage of becoming an BPO or BPM industry experts who grow in that industry.
Yes, I think that's absolutely on point, right? I think because of all this colonial past and all, I think we have been able to have that key infrastructures within the country, right, and also cultivate a skilled workforce,
Yeah.
and which is now the foundation for our growth, right? I think so. It's that's how it all gets connected. Right? And we can also, I think, it has gone through a remarkable journey now. Our BPO sector, I think, from how it started to where we are now. I think, with all this technological advancement and presence of like global giants, I think things are shifting apart, and we are getting to the next stage.
Yeah.
As an industry.
Yeah, because if you really look at the BPM industry or the BPO, KPO industry and the IT outsourcing industry, there are several key countries that comes to your mind, right? And one of the key countries is now Sri Lanka, because just as you said, starting from HSBC to London Stock Exchange to IFS, to so many other
yes.
global giants are located in Sri Lanka and doing the whole operations in Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Why? Because there is a reason. There is a huge reason. So let's go through why the reasons behind someone should come to Sri Lanka as a BPM destination.
Yes, definitely. I think the first main thing is we have that credibility. We have already built that base with the big corporations, with the big multinationals, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that has kept the tone and that has kept the base, right?
Yeah.
So that's one reason of all the other small players are just coming into the industry, and also in terms of our wide range of service offering, right? So we are specialized in IT sector, with London Stock Exchange, with IFS being there, and even with HSBC and
IT and finance.
Yes, IT and finance, I would say, yes, right. These are two of our specialized domains. I think, So that's.
So yeah, why IT and finance specifically? Because there is a education background also for that, right? So we are sponsoring, from the school age, the sponsorships happens, the education happens to that level where even the global giants or the global companies can come to Sri Lanka and seek that talent,
Yes.
right? Because there are so many UK qualified accountants. Actually, it's the second largest pool of UK qualified accountants outside UK, which we have in Sri Lanka. And then it's not only about accountants, all the finance related graduates, and then when it comes to the IT sector also, right, the same level of expertise is there in the country, so the external world can access that with ease also, because now given the geographical location also, you can come to Sri Lanka in maximum of 2 flights.
Yes.
That's from any corner of the world you can come to Sri Lanka from maximum of two flights. That's one of the other reasons that Sri Lanka is being one of the key BPM destinations and also growing destinations.
Yeah, I think in terms of time zones also we are able to manage with different time zones, and as you said, we have 40,000 graduates. 40,000 finance graduates who graduate on an annual basis, right? So which is a very big number, right? So we have that large pool, and also our education system from school to the the universities. It's a very structured program, and it's free education. So we have a higher literacy rate, over 90% literacy rate, right? So which shows that we have the skilled workforce and the talent pool within us, right? So who are making a big difference now, right?
Yeah, and we shouldn't let go the cost effectiveness also.
Yes.
Because yes, Sri Lanka is facing some economic challenges, and you might have seen some crises happen, but still the resilience that we Sri Lankans,
that is what I love about us.
Yes, right. None of the companies just left Sri Lanka, or none of the BPOs just left Sri Lanka because of the economic crisis, right? Because we showed that the resilience is higher than anyone else, I must say that, right? And the cost effectiveness comes to the picture there, even though the inflation was there. There was a hyperinflation, but still the cost effectiveness is there. If you are coming from countries like from Europe or Americas, or if you are coming from Oceania like New Zealand or Australia, the cost effectiveness is definitely there, and that advantage you will receive as a company.
Yeah, you have that competitive advantage, right? And when we should not also forget the government initiatives and support, right? So the governments are backing up the businesses in the BPO industry, right? So we are getting incentives, so there's a lot of incentives for local businesses who operate in the BPM sector, to grow. So which is again a good thing as well, which is helping the industry as a whole.
Yeah, something to mention about that. So government is doing this current little controversial project called Port City. Again, this is open for anyone in the world to build your own business in the Port City, and they are giving even 25 years tax advantage, or tax free business. Along with that, now the technology comes into the place, right? We discussed that there are so many tech companies in Sri Lanka, and also Sri Lankan owned tech companies are even providing like a lot of developments to the world also.
Support.
Yeah. So what do you think about technology and that infrastructure?
I think in terms, we are a little bit ahead on that game as well, specifically looking at the Southeast Asia, side of things. So we are a little bit ahead on that game also. We have, our businesses, the local businesses, try to use technology to its optimal. We even automate, we use automation and AI in the operations and day-to-day stuff as well. So I think we are doing it in a big scale, right? So I think that's also an added advantage for businesses who's coming down for the to do business in Sri Lanka, because they get that back-end support, right? That tech background, right, as well. So yeah.
Right. And the other thing about Sri Lanka is the environmental friendly and green initiatives are happening, and sustainability is also something that we are talking about, especially within the BPM industry in Sri Lanka. So how do you see that?
Yeah, I think we are a beautiful island, right? We are rich in resources. Yeah. I think now we can also see businesses like us, right? So they are they are taking initiatives to protect these resources. They are taking initiatives to keep this beauty within the country, right? So we are seeing even from multinationals to small size businesses, everyone actively engage in community activities, social responsible activities, and all these environmental friendly things.
Yeah.
Right? So even multinationals, they do project in large scale, right? Planting trees and those kind of projects, big level projects are happening. So our businesses have that cause as well, right? So we have a purpose. We have it's not only about doing business, but we have a purpose as well. So I think that's part of our business model.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
That makes Sri Lankan BPM industry a very beautiful place,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So just as we discussed, if you are willing to come to a tropical island and enjoy your business alongside in a beautiful beach on a very lovely sunset, you are welcome to Sri Lanka.